All right, I think we're live here. Just gonna share, see if I can share something to the feed if I can. Let's see. Comments, share something to the feed if I can. Let's see, better mute that. All right, there we go. And I won't bother trying to pin that or anything. But there's a join link in there if anybody wants to come in. I come from London town, I'm just an ordinary guy. Fridays I go dancing in the loo. It's painting, actually. I'm bound to be proposing on a Saturday night, 'cause I'll be lazing on a Sunday afternoon. Anyways, welcome anybody that's joining the stream here. Feel free to come on in. Let's turn my volume up on this thing. I'm out here on my phone, just out here in a undisclosed location in Tennessee. So hoping somebody might want to come in and have a chat. I saw Todd just ended his little thing he was having a little while ago, so figured I would just get set up and do something. Too close. A little too close. Yeah, so be cool to have a conversation if anybody wanted to come on in. Let's see, what is going on in the world today? A lot of shit going on. Elections across Europe are pretty inspiring, I think. People are waking up to the globalist agenda, more or less. I don't know, more people in America are waking up, that's for sure. At least there's plenty of media out there for people to access if they want to explore, alternative narratives other than what the mainstream is preaching. So that's good. This whole thing with Biden has really done a good job of exposing the media. I mean, you could hardly be a clear example of media hypocrisy and propagandism and all that stuff. I mean, when it comes to Biden and this, all of a sudden, like on a dime, the whole media turns on him. It's hilarious that, they think people are stupid. The hell? Something's going on here. Let's hit us something. All right, that's better. Yeah, I hit my D string. Yeah, so anyway, there's a bunch of crap going on. What else is going on? Yeah, so I'll be getting out of my lease here in Tennessee pretty soon. I don't know, at the end of August, I think, but could end up sooner if it does. Yeah, because I'm ready to rock and roll and get out of here, actually. So I'm kind of thinking of following the Trump campaign around the country, or I think I'm not going to be able to. I don't know. I'm toying with the idea of heading up to Wisconsin to hang out during the Republican convention up there. Just find some place I can park or, and overnight or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I think once I get free from my lease, whenever that is, pretty soon, uh, I might just, you know, besides the Republican convention, I might just plan on get a hold of the Trump rally schedule kind of thing, and then just drive from city to city, following Trump around and just being active with the people around the campaign. The people around, just seeing what the country's like, um, wherever these rallies are held. Yeah, and I suppose I'll be able to find some kind of place to park my camper at each stop, and that kind of thing. So yeah. Anyways, we'll see what happens. I like that song. I mean, it's one of the oldest songs, and anyone that plays guitar probably knows this song. But it is a pretty easy song to sing. I don't know. You can do different things. Every in New Orleans, they call rising sun. It's been the ruin, many a popo. God, wow. Anyway, yeah. So I don't know if anybody wants to come in. I guess I think I'm. Would I see you come in? Yeah, that would. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I don't know what happened there. It's just like everybody, I hit something. I was checking. Okay. Yeah, all right. I can see if I get a guest comes in. I think I see a little dot there that I need to pay attention to. Yeah, so what else? That would be some fun. That would be fun. Traipsing around the country. Summertime. In the summertime. 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 In the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime. Help me, won't you please? I got a big fat mama trying to please, trying to what? Break me. Anyways, yeah. So that's Yeah, this crazy, man. Is this not a crazy election cycle? All this shit with Biden. And I mean, I can't like the latest clip was just such a classic Biden, man. I mean, he's up there and this is like one of his latest things. People want me out of the race. Well, I ain't going nowhere. And he's all like this. I beat Trump before and I'm gonna beat him again in 2020. You know, it's like loud as ever. Boom. It's like, dude, man. And what it does, it just shows the clown show that the whole Democratic Party is like, just the whole machine, the evil cabal of a fucking machine, just designed for power and, you know, fuck the people. That's all the Democrats are about. You're crazy if you stay with the Democrats. That's my opinion. If you have any inkling of wanting to hold on to America as it, you know, whatever kind of, you know, remnants we can hold on to. All opinions are my own, of course. Beautiful day here. A little warm. It's not so humid as yesterday, thank God. Let me see where the comments at. I can't even access it. I can't even. Looks like on this app or whatever on my phone, I can't follow. Oh, there's private chat. Okay, there we go. That's private chat. I don't want private chat. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Okay, get rid of all that shit. Oh, okay, I'll just put it on comments. There we go. All right, yeah. So, well, what did I just do? Get out of that. So yeah, we got a couple listeners out here. Why don't you guys come in? We'll have a hangout. Have some fun. If you guys want to request a song, I can try to do one. Okay, we'll play a game. See if you can guess the song I'm playing. I don't know how well it's coming through. Probably shitty, but I'll try to play it well enough. No guesses? How many days left away? My problem is I don't know enough lyrics. Yes, and how else will it take till he goes? Too many people have died. The answer, my friend, blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Yeah, so nobody's commenting. You lazy peeps. Anyway, it's kind of Too high. Too high for most peeps. All right, let's see. This is a song you guys could probably guess if you want, if you were listening. I think maybe. Let's see. Anybody guess John Denver? Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mama, take me home, country road. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to the water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my country road. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mama, take me home, country road. I hear her voice in the morning, how she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Going down the road, I get the feeling I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, take me home, country road, take me home, down a country road. Yee. Yeah, that was good. I guess lost two viewers. no no John Denver fans around here. Yeah. Let me grab a cigarette. Yeah, so I don't know. I could scroll through some of the news and see what's up. Yeah, what is this? Managing monitors can support your channel. They close. Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah, the Heretic sent me a video. The state of Michigan is going crazy cuckoo on the private farms and, people making their own food and trying to sell it. So It's a video where the state's coming in on these polices and just seizing their food and forcing them to destroy it. It's like it wasn't enough that they fucking shut them down for 2 years, closed their doors, restricted their businesses and everything. Nope, that didn't kill them. Whatever, who's ever left from that fucking mess and debacle, they're just gonna fucking outright just go in and steal their shit and force them to close. It's like fucking Hitler. Well, I don't. It's just fascist. It's like it's just authoritarian fucking tyrant behavior that where everybody's used to. Fucking pathetic in this country that this is allowed to go on. It's like this is what is so shaking my head, amazingly fucking stupid about 80% of the populace in this country. They have no idea of the value of these principles that they're all trying to tear down, all these structures. Fucking amazing. I mean, the system can only hold so much stress beyond what a population of moral character, once you start losing that, the structures, they don't work because they're not designed to work within a population that has no common moral, ethical basis on which people judge how to live. And that's why that's what Christianity afforded the American states, and what was the Christianity was that temper that it was the thing that kept criminal behavior in check without laws. This is you can't have a society that thrives that has to have laws in place, or shit goes awry. You got to have a people that know how to live and act among other human beings in a way that people respect these common attributes of these rights that supposedly we have from God. So yeah, so it's I realize I grew up in a different America than most of these fools that are out here just talking nonsense and stuff. They have no sense of. I mean, I have just the briefest hint of history. I mean, I remember, I know what I went through. I know what America was like when I was growing up. I know, I have a pretty decent understanding of the cultural shifts and what was going on, and especially looking back, over a longer period of time, you can just see, you can just sort of see the wheels. You can kind of see the minds behind the decisions that were being made, and anyways, whether it's conspiracy or just circumstantial, it I don't know if it matters at this point, but people got to stand up for their own liberties and being responsible for themselves, and not fucking blaming other fucking people for all their problems. I mean, you can realize, it's perfectly, it's perfectly fine. You can realize that you got fucked in a situation, but beyond getting yourself out unfucked, if you can, that's just, this is part of what it means to be in this world. We know there are corrupt actors and corrupt characters. It's up to you as a person to try to avoid all those kind of fucks. Okay, those peeps. And then, if you can avoid them, you won't be hurt by them or harmed or anything like that. You won't be affected by them. All right. But when you go out your fucking front door, you assume that risk. That's why it's not, that's why it's safer generally inside your home than outside, because outside is where the fucking danger is. And that's where you got to put your fucking new, thinking cap on. Use your fucking brain. There's a link in the chat if you want to join. Anyone? Or if you have any comments, I can maybe comment. Yeah, so, when I mean, there's no, it's nothing but reasonable to have experienced a time in America where people were more free, people were more morally, well behaved, you know, according, along the line of, let's just say Christian principles, because that's what the fucking laws are based on. And, and right, we had a criminal justice system, that was the rival of any in the world, as bad as the problems that we had with it. But yeah, it's nothing but reasonable or logical or rational to want to, go, turn things back to that kind of ethos in, going on in the country, which, it would mean eradicating from society certain other ideas, however you want to go about that. But, it first starts with some kind of changing of the minds, people waking up, taking the fucking propaganda glasses off, unplugging from the matrix, and starting to think for themselves. We're a long way from that, though, my friends. So, what else is going on? Fucking, like, just that's this fucking debacle in Ukraine. I mean, it's another eye-opening. If anybody was paying attention to really what was going on there, just the money laundering, the 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 raping of the American people to put their money in someone else's pockets. It's just unbelievable. What a scam. And they've been running this scam for like 60 years at least. From Vietnam, who knows what Korea was about. But there was definitely a time where the wars, uh, everything after like the Korean War was like, just was very political in nature, and yeah, involved these three-letter agencies that infiltrated the government and have run things behind the scenes for decades and decades now. So I don't know. I hope the people are waking up to this nonsense. What's up, Brojo? Let me see. I got a comment here. Hitting the road, listening. StreamYard doesn't work well on the phone. Going for a birthday brunch now. Oh, good luck, Brojo. Have fun. Yeah, I know streaming doesn't work that great on the road, even or on the phone. Yeah. Yeah, I probably won't hang out here too long if I'm not getting much anybody wanting to come in. I can only talk to myself for so long. But it's a skill you have to learn to, talk while other people aren't necessarily, you don't know who's listening or if anyone's listening. It's kind of funny. But yeah, you got to give props to some of these podcasters who, mastered that kind of thing. though, if you get enough followers, you just pretty much instantly you got people listening as soon as you start your streams. So yeah, this is one good thing about, I mean, thank God for platforms like X and Rumble and what was the Telegram, places where people can get, the citizens can talk among themselves still and share information. My God, the last 8 years have been incredible as far as that's another, major thing that I don't see why people are putting up with this censorship. Like, for instance, okay, in the world that I'm talking about, the America that I kind of grew up in the first 2 decades, if a company like YouTube was to start censoring U.S. citizens just because of their difference in the point of view, there would have been a mass exodus from the platform, even if it was the only game in town. This is what, people in America, when your rights are violated so blatantly like that, they 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 easily, the attitude was you easily surrender that fucking thing because they're fucking, and what happens is then another Rumble will pop up and fill that void, and with the rules that the people want and demand, especially in a country where the First Amendment is so, obviously the First Amendment applies to the government, but every American in society was never, like, you try shutting up anybody, like anybody that's tried to be shut up by another person or even a private entity, that was never respected or allowed or put up with, right? So it was like just a thing. You wouldn't censor people. And here, but because of the almighty dollar, people just instead of exiting the platform, they fucking moderated their fucking voice. They fucking self-moderated, they self-limited their speech because of these fucking rules that are un-American. So it's not like, the bitch ain't, oh, they're private companies, they can do what they want. Fuck them. They're not being American. They're not following American principles and ideals. That's my bitch. And the fucking wormy fucking weaklings that can't stand up for their fucking selves. So there's my little rant on that. Hello. Hold on. I got a guest. Add to stage. There we go. Sorry. I don't know how long you were there, Victor. Hi.
I've been there for like 5-10 minutes. It's cool.
No. I don't know how many rants you had to sit through.
A couple. The Ukraine thing, America, and giving up the money. Yeah. And the Korean War, which I think the Korean War was North Korea invaded South Korea, and North Korea is communist and South Korea is democratic. So we gotta stand the ground for those Asians.
Yeah, we were part of. Yeah, we had to build our democracies around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Plan, which, like I said, I mean, it basically works out to a money laundering scheme, through the taxation of the people to feed these wars, where all the money goes into this fucking war machine,
Yeah,
like Eisenhower
makes you
talked
wonder,
about.
like how it structures how it structures society in the U.S. itself. Because during the Korean War, I think we had bases in the Philippines and things like that. That like MacArthur freaking Avenue and school down there.
Well, that was all due to us liberating the Philippines from Spain.
Right.
But we don't liberate people. We kick their tyrants out, and then we become the fucking hegemony.
Yeah, we take over. Yeah.
Like, in the name of liberty and justice and for all, Yep. Crazy, man.
It is, definitely.
So how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Just this same old, day by day.
You sound pretty good.
Yeah, it's just going another day, I guess. Yeah.
You got clear skies or whatever?
Yeah,
Hot?
yeah.
Hot
Pretty,
out?
not as hot as it's been. Yesterday wasn't too bad, but the couple days before that, man, it was freaking steaming. High humidity,
Yeah,
high
yeah.
heat. Yeah.
It was so humid here, like
Mm,
above 90% humidity for a few days.
yeah.
That's why I can tell it's. I think the temperature's the same, but the humidity's dropped, so it feels better. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Right.
feel as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same thing over here. Humidity dropped down a little bit, it seems.
right. I'm kind of in the same doubt you are. You're just a little ahead of me.
We still got this month and August to go through, which I think August is usually the hotter month.
Right.
Hmm.
Did you hear me talking about my lease will be up pretty soon, but I'm thinking
Oh, really?
about as soon as I'm free to, just move about the country, so to say.
Uh,
I was thinking about
yeah.
following the Trump campaigns,
Oh,
rallies
really?
around, from
That'd be
city to
cool.
city or whatever, and just find, do my research or whatever, find a little place near enough by that I can
Uh,
park my camper for a week or something.
you got to get like
So,
some weird dress on so that like the news media will pick you up. Get like a big cowboy hat or something.
yeah, do some kind of gimmick and then I just keep showing up at all these rallies.
Right.
Yeah, something like
Yes,
that.
dress
Like
the same
like
way.
like the brick suit guy. Have you seen him?
I don't think I've seen him. Uh-uh.
Oh yeah, I mean from fucking way back now. I mean from 2016. This dude, he worked for one of the little mini YouTube channels that was starting up at that time with Trump rallies and stuff. Real America, or no, what was it called? RSBN is the letters. But anyway, this guy was kind of associated with and he'd wear this. You've seen those brick suits, haven't you? Where it's like
Mm.
it just it's like a pattern of just red bricks.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. Okay, I think I've seen that a couple times. Okay, yeah,
And you
yeah.
put it on, and you're like, it just
So,
looks like you're wearing some bricks or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
It's a brick pattern suit is all it is. But yeah, but anyway, that guy. I mean, if you like, that's something you noted. Like it's so fucking weird and corny and
Hmm.
stupid. You know what I
You
mean?
gotta find something that kind of like, yeah, that rolls with you.
That
Kind of
guy
like a.
definitely got noticed for, he's the brick suit guy. Everybody,
Mhm.
like, people in the MAGA movement know who the brick suit guy is. That's the thing, It's
Like
funny.
if you get like a big cowboy hat, a white one, and wear like a mustard yellow suit with a black tie, they'll
Yeah,
automatically attract attention to you. It's like the eyes will go to you directly.
yeah. People couldn't help themselves.
Right. Yeah. Especially you put like a red band or feather or something with the brim on the hat that highlights red with a yellow suit. Man, that'll just be like boom. They'll
Oh
just roll with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Mm.
And hey, that's the best suit to be wearing if you're gonna be eating uh, hot dogs with mustard.
Hmm. Yeah, but watch out for bees though. Bees like that color. I had a Camaro that was mustard yellow. It was yellow Camaros. I had a Z28. It was that yellow color. It was
Uh-huh.
'86, and
Come on in,
man,
Frank.
wherever I fucked, huh? Oh,
I was just saying, Frank, come on in.
right on. Wherever I went, man, there's always bees around that fucking car. I love that color.
Oh, wow, that is something, huh?
Hmm?
Let me see. The only yellow car I had was a VW, but it was such a light, pale yellow
Hmm.
that I don't think I would have noticed something like that.
I think it's the only yellow car I had. Was that any other yellow cars? No, that was it. I think.
Yeah, yellow's not that popular. I mean, back in
Mhm.
this certain eras, maybe it was more popular than others.
Yeah,
But
I had a 70. What year was that? It was a 78 or 79 Camaro Z28. It was red, and it had the yellow. What was 78? It had the yellow highlights on it.
yeah, well, that's always, that's nice. Yeah, that's always good.
Yeah, got it super cheap. Well, Catherine didn't like that car. She says she remembers it was pretty dangerous because it had posi track in the rear and it had a 350, kind of not really built up. But I slapped a better Carter 4 barrel on there, and some cheap headers and shit like that. A good exhaust. So I was like hitting corners like crazy and spinning out doing donuts.
I was gonna say your rear end was action, had some action on it.
Oh, dude, yeah, man, I hit the right parking lot. You're just like, just going around everywhere like a fucking firework. Did a couple times. I made Catherine's brother pee his pants.
Hilarious.
That was the second time made him pee his pants too.
All right, let's see what's Green Soul saying. Still on,
Yeah.
comrade. YouTube can
Comrades.
censor anybody it wants. It's a private company. Frank, you missed the point. All right, yo, Jay. Yeah, yo, yeah. Driving. Okay, he's driving. He's driving. Oh yeah. Well, no, I was gonna say that concert those guys are going to is a little while away still. But
oh right, yeah.
I was thinking, bro, because Brojo mentioned being on the road, but he's going to a brunch or something, some Sunday brunch.
Yeah, it's for his birthday. I think he says his birthday a couple days ago.
Okay, so they're doing a celebration for his birthday today.
Happy birthday, Brojo.
What?
I think you guys are about the same age.
I'm trying to think. No, he's younger than. I think he's younger than me. Just
yeah. We're in 10-year increments. I'm 10 years younger than you, and you're 10 years older than Brojo.
No, because I'm 65 this year. So.
Oh, okay. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I turned.
I know he's older than 55.
So that means Brojo's going to be, I think, 59 or 60. So I guess it's just right behind you.
I think it's the big 6-0.
Is it? Yikes.
Maybe. I don't know though. I don't know. He keeps saying 39 like a fucking woman.
I'm only 16. I'm going to school.
39 forever.
Check out my perky titties.
Fun.
I went to get old so my hair turns all white so I can be like a wizard.
You could, if you had really white hair, you could put on a good, one of those Asian wise, like Kung Fu master dude with your hair.
Right, yeah.
Because you do have a little slant eye to you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the native part of me got that. It's like they're part, like they have some. Yep.
And especially because your mustache is perfect for that. It's not a thick mustache.
Yeah.
But you can grow it down and long, and it would be white. It would be white, and your hair long, white, yeah. Dude, and your eyebrows, you like white, dude. Yeah. You would look like a fucking wise dude, like some fucking kung fu master, wise man, dude.
I was planning like a wizard guy, but that sounds pretty cool too. Dress up like like a kung fu
you could
style.
be wizardy. You could be wizardy.
Yeah, but the kung fu thing might be cool too. Yeah.
You just have to change the costume. Then it's just a matter of what kind of costume you put on around your, around it.
I always liked the Kung Fu drunken master, the drunken master guy. He's always like wobbling around, what the fuck he's doing, but he knows what he's doing. That kind of deal. Yeah, that'd be fucking sweet. Carry a jug around with me of rice wine,
Exactly. Yeah. People are always surprised if they try to fuck with him.
Right, yeah.
They think he's just a old drunk they can take advantage of, and then they find out, oh, that fucker knows what he's doing.
Yep. I dig those. Jackie Chan, Drunken Kung Fu Master is another one he did with a Drunken Master or something like that. But there's a couple of movies that highlight the Drunken Kung Fu Master.
Okay, I'm going to have to look up some Jackie Chan movies, because I watched, yeah, go ahead.
There's two I recommend. Now, I mean, there's a lot of Jackie Chan movies. I like the older ones, but there's two. One's called Drunken Kung Fu Master, and the other one's called Drunken Kung Fu. There's an older one. You can tell the difference. One's in the city, one's way out in the country. Check out the one that shows him out in the country where he gets trained by this old drunken Kung Fu master. I can't remember which one it is, but he has two Drunken Master movies. Check out the older one. It's pretty cool.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. It's a traditional type movie. He disgraces his father, so he gets sent out, outcasted, and he meets up with the master and, redeems himself. Kind of the usual typical movie, but it's got a lot of cool stuff in there because it's, goofy, and it's got comedy in there because Jackie Chan throws a lot of comedy in his movies.
Yeah, I just finished watching that HBO series on John Adams from back with that Paul Giamatti was played John Adams. I don't know. I was just curious about the historical reference to it. Back, the forming of our nation and stuff.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, or like it's been a while, but I watched not a series, like a YouTube thing, but it's just I'll find something. Let's say a president, a Grant, or anybody, whatever I could find. I just listen to like a little small documentary or
Yeah, I
how they
really
got
like the
into it. Yeah.
biographical ones that like that are will go into depth on a certain character, sort
Yeah.
of kind of.
It's interesting.
Because I don't know, I was actually I wanted to like I want to find some videos or a series on the
Mm,
development of Europe, like say
mm,
from whenever, the year 1000 going forward or something,
uh,
how did all the groups,
oh
all the
yeah.
interaction happen. I know
Uh-huh.
different of the pieces and you
Mm.
know the the whatever. There was the big Muslim thing,
Well, I think
where
you're
they,
like mm,
I mean, I'm just saying they had lots of territory, and then
the Crusades.
like Britain came to power and was like a superpower, and that
Yeah,
they kind of that's when the Muslims kind of got put down,
or try to anyway. They
or
got put down, but they fought back like crazy. They still do.
well, yeah, but
But
I mean, I'm
yeah.
just saying those territories, were they were no longer held necessarily by any, the Muslim hordes from
Mm,
back in the day, like
yeah.
the Huns or what, or I'm trying to think of who the one character.
Oh,
Um,
like you're talking about. Well, I don't. I
Genghis
guess
Khan, or yeah, I think it was Genghis Khan. Wasn't he like a Muslim,
he was
or
Asian. Let me
was
see,
he just
Asians
Asian?
from the Khan. I mean, he like ruled quite a bit of Asia, China.
I mean, even
I don't know if
coming
they
over
had Muslim
towards Europe,
beliefs. They
though.
might
I mean,
have.
I thought Genghis Khan stretched, west into Europe and everything, like across the Middle
I don't
East.
think Genghis Khan went into Europe itself and conquered any of Europe. I know it conquered a lot of the Asian and like northern parts, but it didn't like. I mean, it was big. It was
In other
huge.
words, see, this is why I need to. This is why I need to find a fucking series and,
Yeah,
and bone
it
up on
seems
my
I've been on that
history.
years ago. I just can't remember exactly what territories, but I believe it was just mostly of like China and a little bit on the outskirts because China had a lot of different dynasties and different regions to it with different rulers, and Genghis Khan pretty much took them almost all over. I think it was. It had a lot to do with Chinese, but I'm trying to figure. I can't remember exactly. I don't have to watch it, or it's been a while.
And it seems like Russia and Germany and like that part of Europe had its
Mm.
own kind of history, more or less. It
Yeah.
was like separated from like the Roman and the Greek and all that.
Well,
Like,
the Germanic people were people from Mesopotamia, I think, and they were also mixed with the northern people that were invading everybody. They were pretty much the Vikings, and those
right.
were called the northern people or the sea peoples. They would come down, they would raid people, and they were the Viking type. And I think when they exited from Mesopotamia area down there and they went north, they went into like areas of Germany and things like that, and that's where they kind of like mixed with the northern sea peoples, and then
Okay.
those were became Germanic type people there, and then in England you had a bunch of tree fucking druids. They were just a bunch of people out there, running around the forest, and they got their little elves and sprites, and they're worshiping their little
Yeah,
forest gods.
very pagan people,
Yeah, very
right?
paganistic. The original British people were the Brits. I
Right.
guess I don't know what they're called or where they came from, but I think it was the Germanic people coming in there, and they pretty much taught them, what they needed to know, and they took over.
Yeah, I mean, it's like something about people that have the best ideas, like they tend to rule,
Hmm.
right?
Like
Or there's
Romans
something
with
about,
roads, and sewage systems and things like that. And
I mean, technology, if you master it, gives you an advantage over others.
can you
There's just no
imagine,
doubt about it.
like what's going on now here was going on back then in those days? When the Romans came in and they started, bringing their technology, and everybody's all like, "We want to be traditional. We don't want to. We don't want to, use your systems. We want to be ourselves." And that's how a lot, where technology takes us to now. It's just keeps going and going. We're a slave to technology. Whoever controls the best of it, yeah. Oh, it says I got an echo. Hmm.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say anything. It's the two of us. So I mean, but it just sounds different to me. I don't know. It's not an echo necessarily. It's just a quality of your voice sounds like you're talking a little bit out of a can or something like that.
Oh, I got this thing. It has the talk setting on it, so I switched that around. I don't know.
I mean, to me, it's fine. I can hear you and understand
okay,
you.
cool. I'll just leave
It's
it
just
there.
a different quality of sound. A little echoey, or you have a little verb to your voice or something like that.
Huh. Let me check out what I got here. Let me try a different one. I got it on podcast setting. Let me try. I got it on speech now. Is that any better?
It changed. It's a little less of that effect, I think.
Not okay. Cool. And then what about this one? Is speech 2?
Talk clearer? Some more on it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll probably I'll put it back to speech 1. It sounds a little beefier.
Yeah, I think speech 1 sounded better.
Right on. I'll leave it here then. Yeah. I got it plugged in through a mixer. It's running right. So I'm running all the audio out of Studio One.
Gotcha. I think I get software, what's going on. Yeah, I have the same thing kind of happen when I was going through my my amp, where I got voice controls.
Yeah. I got this program. It's pretty sweet. It's got like a full channel on it, so I have like a gate compressor and an EQ on it. So it has its own settings. I fuck around with it sometimes.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. So you got your guitar in your lap, or what?
Oh yeah.
What do you got for us?
Oh man, I don't know. I just been doing the same thing. But I practiced some. The last song I put out was the chords I learned for Incubus Drive, which is kind of a difficult chord to learn in there. Mm-hmm. So that was like I don't know if I could do it right now in a couple of days. So it's kind of like that's not the hard one either. That's the
Those are nice chord arrangements. I like that. I mean, I like the sound of the mix.
And the bridge goes to the. Then here it goes again. It's a C. Full bar. Everything's like a bar chord on this song. And it starts off from the 7 on the neck. So it's like I'm messing around with those bar chords around the neck. Yeah. Other than that, just just the basic, just fucking around, just the.
I've been ever since we talked that one day, and you told me that you showed me the chords. I love that song. Yeah.
Which one?
I played that earlier, a little bit of it. House of the Rising Sun.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that what you were doing?
Yeah. Whoops. Yeah. I don't have a pick. Let me get a pick here. I started playing with a pick now. Trying to.
Oh yeah. Got to go to E7 or whatever.
Yeah, that was it. So then the second verse goes. I think it goes back to the C, and then it goes to the. Yeah. I messed up. Because the other was an E7 back to the.
And then one thing I do is, there's the first time you go to that E7 is like the second time through, like you do A minor, C, D, F, right? Yeah. That's the first time through. Then you do A minor, C, E7, and usually you just hold it through. But there's a if you go from E7 to the E, an actual E. On the second half of that, before you go back to the A minor, it really. I mean, I just love it. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mix it up too sometimes. I try to see what goes. Because I go E7 to A minor, back and forth.
Like that E7 and A minor is a really good combination for. Like you find it in a lot of songs, Like Hotel California starts out A minor, E7 to G to D to F.
I forgot how is it? E minor or A minor?
A minor to E7 to G
To F?
to D,
Oh, D.
and then F. Then you repeat it. I think. You don't have any capo on, right?
No, not right now. I have a capo here.
Let's see. How's this song even go? Hotel California.
I have to look it up on guitar tabs.
Yeah, so A minor, E7, G to D, F, then a C. Then it's that one chord where it's like I don't know what you call it. It's a D, some kind of D, I think. Where what I do is you know how you do your the easy F chord just with the two, you know, you do the two without the bar.
Yeah.
You know how you do an F chord without bar chord, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you have your index finger on the first two strings, the lower strings, right? And then you put your middle finger on the third string on the second fret. I mean, okay. So first fret is your little finger, like, you know, your index finger on the covering the two strings. Then your second fret is your middle finger on the third string, and then your ring finger goes on the second string in the third fret. It gives you that kind of, I don't know what they call it. It's like you run into it once in a while.
Yeah, I think it's just an F, right? It's an F chord.
It is a F sharp or something though. It's, you know what I mean?
It's F sharp. Like, okay, like you have your index finger, your pointer finger on the two strings, right?
Let me show you. It's like this. I don't know.
Let me see.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Okay.
So the first two, my index is on the first two, then my middle finger's on the third string on the second fret, and then my index finger's on the back on the second string.
I see.
So in effect, my index finger could only cover the first string. That's all I needed to cover is the bottom E string. So it's bottom E string, then it's on the second fret it's the G string. And then the third fret, I'm on the B string. Does that make sense? That probably more sense.
Yeah, I got you. It's like an F7 or F sharp 7, right? Or something, F sharp something.
Yeah, and then it goes. So. G. C. Then that one chord we just talked about.
Yeah,
then it goes to E7, and it finishes off with that E7.
E7.
Then it repeats. A minor, E7, D, F, C, F minor, E7. And then the chorus is easy, you know. The chorus is easy too.
Oh yeah, it starts with an
now
F.
The chorus is
hard song to sing. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I never really played it too much.
And then the chorus is really easy too. It goes F, C, E7, A minor. Then you repeat that. F, C, E7, A minor.
Nice.
No. The second time through, you hit that F minor again.
Yeah. Kind of weird. It's like cycles.
And then you finish with the E7. So.
Fun song.
Welcome to the Hotel California. The lovely place. Such a lovely place. Plenty of room. Hotel California. There's that chord, Then E7. Then you just start again. A minor. Yeah, it is a pretty song, huh?
Yeah. It reminds me of like the chord structure, but I guess it's different. I just looked up the other song. It reminds me of the beat, I guess. Or I don't know why. It just reminded me of that. Is Gloria Gaynor.
Oh.
Was it? Oh, now go. Walk out the door.
Oh, yeah.
You're not welcome anymore. Why don't you the one who tried to hurt me with your back?
Now
It starts
go.
with E7 too.
Walk out the door.
Think I crumble. Think I lay down and
I
die.
need you for
I will survive. As long as I know how to love. It has to be
I have
seven.
all
That's
my
all.
love to give. I survive. I will survive. Hey.
That's a fun one. It's almost the same kind of strumming pattern.
I think I've heard a version of it that's very much like that. Like includes that fast strumming kind of along with it.
It's a strumming pattern kind of, and it's weird because it starts with A minor and it ends with the E7 on the verse and the chorus on the verses. So it's kind of the same vibe to it.
Dude, I just picturing mariachis playing that song. It would be so cool. They're very melodic, right? They're very rhythmic and melodic.
Yeah, like mariachis are the same as like German polka bands.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah, if you
They're
like
pretty
in Mexico,
similar,
dude, when the Spaniards took over, you know how many fucking Germans were there with them? Like Germans and Spaniards are on the same boat. I mean, the same type of peoples. So you find a buttload not only of Spaniard Mexicans but Germanic Spaniard Mexicans. It's like Spain took over so much of Mexico. They're like they have like my mom, right?
Dude, Spain was rocking at one point, dude, right? They took out like they had the Philippines, like I mentioned the Mexico. They were all over
South
there.
America. Yeah, they had South America, and they were going up into Mexico. They started going into Americas. They went into like parts of America for sure. I mean, it's a trip, man.
I mean, we had a fucking Spanish-American War.
Yeah. Yep. And then Mexico got their independence from Spain, the Cinco de Mayo thing. But there's it's the same thing. Yeah, it's weird. It's
like it's so funny because you can see what's going on today with like people throwing off various forms of government or wanting to, like just expressing their politics, right? And that's just been going on forever.
Oh yeah.
All that's changed is like sort of the technology that people are using along the way or something.
Yeah, the problem with America is that our government uses the people to manipulate them so much that it harms them. It harms the people.
Oh yeah.
So it's weird. It's like they don't give structures to things. They give enough structure to keep it chaotic. Like from schools to prisons, they allow destruction to happen.
Well, I would have a theory about that. That has to do with just the consequences when even an individual stops acting in the truth and like upholding the truth, sort of. You know what I mean? When evildoers are allowed to start, or they're there manipulating things, like human beings are easily manipulated. That's a fact.
Oh, and liars too. And they lie by nature. Like the easiest course of action, like let's say somebody's walking down the street and they throw a piece of paper on the floor and they're already like down the block. And somebody walks by and says, "Did you throw that paper on the floor?" You don't want to walk back and go back. It's that's going to limit your direct ability.
It's going to cause you extra work. It's costing you work and time.
Right, but like, let's say then if somebody asks you, did you throw it on the floor? The initial response will be probably no, because they don't want to go back and admit to it first of all, and they have to go back and pick it up. So they're just it's natural lying, and humans use it, and it goes into politics, it goes everywhere.
I mean,
it's
that goes back to the earliest days when Johnny, did you take that cookie? No.
Right. Yeah, he took the cookie from the cookie jar.
Wait. Can I? If I took it, do I get in trouble? Like we don't get to ask those questions, as little kids.
Yeah. We already know. Your ass beat. I don't want to touch that cookie. It's a ghost. It was a ghost. I see
as your cheeks are you got the most of the cookie right in your mouth.
Right.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah. Like in prison, everybody's innocent. Nobody, says, "Oh, I'm not in here." They said I did this, but I didn't really do it. I just took a plea deal.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing all the innocent men you find in prison. But hey, on the other hand, look, if people would reflect on like what's going on right now with like Donald Trump, and I think most reasonable people know this is like just a total made up bullshit political hit job, these court cases and all this. Now, but looking, maybe toy with the idea that maybe most of the trials that go on have very similar elements involved in those cases. The way the prosecutors are, just the relationships between judges and prosecutors is just like that should be totally illegal. They should set up a system where the judges are not ever associating after work with those fuckers. And I mean, or I don't know how you avoid it, but there's this. It's what it is. It's the state. It's the state. The judge is the state. The prosecutor is the state. You know what I mean? But supposedly the judge is supposed to be unbiased. He's not supposed to favor the prosecutor at all. But how in real life does that happen when you got the same prosecutors and the same judges working every day, 8 hours a day in the same environments when they're the state and they share the same cafeteria, back behind the wall. And you know what I mean? All the common secretaries and all the personnel all bow to the judge and this and I mean it's just a crazy the way they give this deference to these just elected representatives is all they are. I mean they're nobody special. You shouldn't treat them like fucking. I tell you, fucking judges in this country are expected. Everybody's supposed to treat them like a fucking king. The president doesn't even demand what judges demand in their fucking courtroom. I mean, really, everybody knows the president is just a citizen like us. He's just been elected to that. He's just a citizen. That's all he is. We're all citizens. The judge is just a citizen. I'm a citizen.
Yeah. Sometimes the power goes to people's heads.
It's like a fucking. But we promulgate it. We encourage it, and like people should just stop. We should stop pretending that these guys are any geniuses. They're political hacks, most of them. It's all a political system. All this judges. They're Democrat judges or Republican judges. Oh no, they're independents. No. Yeah. Fuck yeah! These judges in D.C. are independent. These fucking judges in Fulton, Fulton County, Georgia, are unbiased.
Yeah, it's totally corrupt. Even when the news announces,
even the prosecutors are supposed to be unbiased.
I mean,
a prosecutor is not supposed to go after Republicans.
It's a
if they're a Democrat,
like a civil war. They're like dividing the country up by states. Oh, it's a blue state, red state. I'm going to Texas because it's red. Then you get all the queers. I'm going to go to California because they're queer. It's like they're dividing up the United States in a way to it's part of that Civil War.
But that's a tactic that they're using to destroy America by, because they know that if people are all tied up and wrapped up around arguing
Hmm.
about race or gender or whatever
Yeah.
the cause of the
And
day is.
people
You
say
know,
that they're not fighting like that, but if you look at some of these protests or the like, if Trump has a rally or let's say something's going on, you'll have a protest on the other side. Well, they're already clashing and fighting. They're already taking sides. They're already taking arms up in places. Sometimes you hear, and it's
but
only be
I
a
mean,
point to somebody start that fires that shot that really starts it all.
I just think I think there are powers that be that because everybody knows that this is another thing. Well, I don't know if
Hmm.
everybody knows it, but it doesn't take but a few instigators in a crowd.
Right.
These people with intent that have some not that you know
Like a good example would be Robert De Niro in Hollywood, and what they're doing with Hollywood and the left, using De Niro as a fucking like general to talk shit.
Yeah, as if he speaks
Hmm.
for all Hollywood, and
Right.
then nobody
Yeah.
else can speak. If anybody else challenges it,
The Jews
they
get mad.
like everybody. Like this is the general has announced this is where we're at. So everybody has everybody knows where we're at now. So
Right.
whenever you talk to a Hollywood person, oh, did you not hear De Niro? This is it, and
Right.
they'll
Yeah.
they'll repeat it, or
What did
whatever.
De Niro say? All De Niro says the same. He's a crook. He's a criminal. He
He's
doesn't
an
say.
idiot.
He
He's
doesn't say. Yeah. He
insane. He's
just
a
freaking
Nazi. He's
name
gonna kill
calls.
us all. He's
He's
gonna
gonna
put us in
destroy. If he
camps.
wins, there will be no more America. It's the both sides are saying
It'll be
that,
the end
and
of
then
democracy.
Trump says that too. If Biden wins, there'll be no more Americas we know today. He'll just say, this and this. I mean,
Yeah, but see, I think Trump is right. I believe that myself. I mean, because I'm just
mhm.
going by the evidence of how my country has changed from the
Yeah.
60s, what I remember, to
Mhm.
today. And
Well,
the steps in
yeah,
between how we got to today.
yeah. The '70s and '60s. Well, the '60s kind of started a mess with the hippies and everything, the free love. That kind of started like quite a mess in the
That's when
U.S.
society threw off the shackles of all these structures that are that make up
Yeah,
a
but then
society.
those
They threw
structures
them
that we
off.
had, okay, but then again, okay, everyone's like, oh, let's go back to the '50s. The '50s were so awesome. We had structure and everything was great. So when those hippies got rid of that structure, the structure had put more structure and more on them to stop those damn dirty hippies that fucked it all up for the next generation. So now the government's even more down on them because the hippies started by going against them. Then when they say,
No,
oh, we go
well,
back to the '50s, it's like
I
the
see
kid who
it
got mad
more
and wants to go back home.
like I don't think this is the first time in history that
Nah,
we've gone through
it's
this kind of thing. This is what
not at all.
one of my points would be is like history goes in these waves, ups and downs, where
Yep,
you know
repeats.
we run
Yep.
into a society like this, and what'll happen is generally, unless because of technology, they can actually kill the whole planet. Like, okay, let's take that option off of it, but
Uh-huh.
just assuming humanity is going to continue on, uh, you know, this kind of thing ain't going to last before some generation or some group of peoples, realize. This is
Mhm.
just my opinion. That hey, we and they'll develop these structures like the ones we have. Based around
Mhm.
maybe family and community and just maybe some kind of form of rules in a
Yeah.
society that form more of a
Mhm.
place where you can thrive. Most
Yeah.
people can thrive.
Well, they
It
always try
won't
to
be everyone,
program
but
the programming part. Like the drugs had a big thing about it. They played a big part in the. It's almost like the '60s were the hippie were the enlightenment of of what we're going through. They're the ones that were like, "Whoa, man,
a little
should we?"
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but definitely there was a like all of a sudden a different kind of ethos in
Hmm.
there, like the woo woo kind
It
of
was
spirituality to
well,
kind of
they got it into like Indian or the bread dot Indian, but also the native Indian, and they're like, we have no
right.
walls or borders. We everybody can walk where they want. Everybody's happy here. They had that attitude, That.
That is interesting because that was a new development was like the Eastern thought that was
Hmm.
what I remember it being introduced mostly through music or
Yeah, the
groups
Beatles and
like
all
the
that.
Beatles or
Hmm.
John Lennon and like things like that where lots of the youth
Psychedelic
were
stuff.
imbibing that.
Yeah. Like, he's not heavy. He's my brother. Or, come on, everybody, love one another right now. That
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Yes,
Yep.
my brother. Right.
Yep.
even yeah, like those 60s were a crazy time. I wonder if people that like I wasn't an adult though then,
I wasn't born
but I
yet.
wonder about the guys that were, just 18 years old in the
Uh-huh.
60s and are still alive today to see if because people say, man, it's just like things are crazy to like it's
Mm.
just crazy today the way like what people believe and what they say and I don't know whatever.
Everything's gotten
But
so mixed up here and there with all different cultures around the world because of the media, the social media. So you have the Christians that are saying, "Oh my gosh, I just figured out that this and this is over here, and then they're over here, over there," and all this information is going out there. So a lot of cultures getting people are finding
that's a
avenues
yeah.
in
Now
different
that
cultures for
whole
themselves.
information thing has changed.
Hmm.
I mean, I can't see how it doesn't change even how the world makes shifts anymore. That it's too fundamental of a new thing that information can so quickly be
Yeah.
spread around the whole.
We
You
got a
know,
lot of
wow.
a lot of information with some people that aren't capable of handling too much at one time, or somebody with
Yeah,
a deviant mind will find information that really expands that deviancy, and then you're going to have a problem.
absolutely.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a fucking 2 or 3 edged sword, man.
It is definitely. It's like if you have that kid who's like, "Oh man, I want to make a bomb and this and this and this." Back in the 70s or 80s or early 90s, they'll be like, "Oh well, too bad there, Junior. You're not an engineer." But nowadays, it's
Yeah,
like,
and
"Oh,
you
I
don't
want to do
know.
this." Like, "Oh, here's some schematics right here. It
I
tells you
hope you
exactly how to
know how
do
to.
it."
Yeah, I hope you know how to invent something that can explode like that. On your own, right? It's like,
But people that can't figure stuff out, they'll find it out on the internet. They'll find these new ideas. It's not only that, but they'll find all different types of ways to think and add to their repertoire of thinking, and then it changes their whole mindset quite a bit.
absolutely. No, I mean
Hmm.
where once you were limited to your physical location and and the influence of your neighbors, that was it. There
Right.
was no other people in the world besides your community and how far traveled you are.
Yep.
you
And
know, on
nowadays you have
foot.
the
You know what
internet.
I mean? Like that
Yep.
was it.
And now they can
There
reach
was
all
no,
across the world, and they.
except weeks later, you might find, you could get a newspaper account of
Mhm.
something that happened 2 months ago over in Europe.
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
or,
Yeah.
but then you have to like that was like in that movie I watched on John Adams. That element does play into the at least into the movie, but
Hmm.
it's understandable. Like as far as you got communiques going back and forth between England and the U.S., England and
Hmm.
France, because there was as soon as we won our independence, France and England got into it,
Hmm.
and then just before Napoleon rose to power and all that, So and
Yep.
and and revolution was going on, and so now here it was France wanted to, they were in revolution. They want to throw off the king,
Yep.
but the king and the U.S. and France had it.
We're
It was
tight.
really it was an awkward position because without France, we would have never won our independence because
Uh
it
huh.
was only through France's help with the Navy and everything they had that we won the revolution.
Yeah, they gave us the Statue of Liberty as like a little commemorative
And
token.
then, but things worked out that George Washington ended up in the conflict between England and France, signing a treaty with the English. And it really pissed off the French,
I
which,
imagine.
was like, would be understandable, right? Like, you fucking
Oh yeah.
bastards. What do
I
you
mean.
fucking do? And was, uh, Jefferson was more, he was on the side of the French. He was
Hmm.
saying, their fight is our fight, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's what his like. Isn't their fight our
Freedom,
fight?
democracy. That's what we're going with. French style. Yeah.
Freeing people. Giving people liberty. Isn't that what
Hmm.
this is about from the kings?
Yep.
And so he saw but it had to do with the politics of the day and the money and bank. Alexander Hamilton and the banking wing of
Mm.
the country and stuff. They were affecting things,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like that. That's just the part I was talking about earlier. We were talking about earlier. Like I like to get into some of the like the nuances, the details. What was the relationship like between? It's really interesting when you can hear letters back and forth between some of these guys, and
Oh, right, yeah.
that's how you can, like, you really do get a sense of them.
Hmm.
Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, because they're
But
looking at what's going on around the world, trying to get a better way, or actually, or trying to find an easier way sometimes. Yeah, I gotta take Valerie out for a walk. I'll be right back.
yeah, cool.
She's bugging me
Anyway,
for a bit.
that's fine. I gotta go home, so I was gonna wrap this
Oh, right
anyways.
on.
Thanks for coming in, Victor.
Oh, thanks, bro. I'll catch you later. He left it live with just me. He didn't hit the right button.